Alright, so figured I'd make this video since I already had everything apart. And I'll just show you guys since I'm doing the harness. I'll just go ahead and kind of explain on what I did as far as the N80, N249 delete kind of went. So basically here is the engine bay. I know it looks a little crappy, but that's how I have it. It works. This is the back. I know you guys are gonna say some shit about how I have it set up, but I don't care because it's how I have it. So basically what I did was the N249 N80 valve delete, or delete, whatever you want to call it. So this is a fuel rail. Obviously, this is a fuel rail here. There was a bracket or two here. There was, on this fuel rail, it was a little bit different from the one that was on the car. I had to swap the fuel rails out because there was a little small pinhole on the bottom here that was leaking fuel. So I had to swap them out. The other one is in my junk pile over there. So there was a T that came off of this pipe here on the other rail. I had to make a T because this one didn't have it, to run the diverter valves to it. This hose, or this pipe, runs under this fuel line here, fuel pipe, whatever, and it comes out right here. There was a bracket. I don't remember how it goes. It goes somewhere this way, I believe, to this one here. I could just cut it off. It went going right in here, and then I think it was the N80 that was on this side plugged in here. It's right there, N249, I believe. I don't know, either one, or whichever one it was. On my other fuel rail, there was a pipe that came off the bottom part of the fuel rail here. It was already had a nipple on it, so I didn't have to do anything with that. It was capped off. But anyways, I cut this pipe, I shortened it, and I basically ran directly into this tap here that the N249 N80, one of the systems, is running into this here. So I basically just cut that pipe there. I ran a hose directly to the manifold that runs the diverter valves here on the T. There was another one here, as you can see. I capped it off. I don't remember what went there. One of the hoses did. Don't remember. I cut it off. I cut those two things off. Whatever was there, they were little pipes, kind of similar to the rest of them on the fuel rail. I cut them all off. I think that's the N80 there. It's just plugged in electronically, not plugged in mechanically. It just sits there. It's coded out in the tune. I'm not worried about it. Same thing here, the N249. It just sits there. It's plugged in electronically. If there's a resistor that goes to it, or either one of them, someone please comment. I don't know. I'll look it up, so I don't have to have the sensors there. But those just sit there. So that's that. All right. So there was, on the spider hose back here, there was 4 hoses, or 5. Don't remember. Mine was all broken, brittle. It was holes everywhere. Oil was all over the place back here. It was just a mess. So if you can see here, this had one of those hoses, I believe, for vacuum, if I'm not mistaken, in the system. I capped it off. I need to redo it because it looks shitty. Then the spider hose was connected to, I don't remember. I don't know what it's called. The upper crankcase cover, upper oil pan, whatever you call it. Anyways, it's connected there. I put a hose there. I put an L fitting, ran it all the way this way. I put a T fitting there. I ran the valve cover on the driver's side to that. Under here, I don't want to pick it up because it's has all this stuff on it. But anyways, the hose runs under there. This is that hose right here. I ran it around behind the headlight with another L bracket, or I'm sorry, L fitting, and I ran it down in front of the tire. I don't know if you can see way down in there. It's in there somewhere. Anyways, that's that side. That covered literally all of that. And then I just ran the passenger side valve cover here. to the other side. Simple as that. Running to atmosphere. I don't have a catch can. I don't plan on running one. At least not now. In the future, I might put one. Just because I don't want something to happen to the engine and oil literally sprays everywhere all over the tires. But for now, it's not an issue. I will be getting back to that soon. It was just, like I said, I didn't want to source a spider hose. I didn't want to have to buy one and wait for it. I'm impatient like that. Anyways, so I went ahead and did all that. The L fittings I got from Home Depot. The hose I got from AutoZone. The clamps are from Home Depot or Lowe's. Pretty simple. I just literally deleted everything. Now, also with those, for some reason I've heard other guys say that on their S4s, their N75 valve is not run this way. Mine was for some reason. So you have wastegate, I don't know which one's which, but wastegate and compressor housing fittings. And those are here. You got the Y here for one and the Y there for the other. They're both right there. Then this one, for some reason, I don't know why, I've never seen this. I've only had 1.8 turbo engines before, platforms and 2.0. But anyways, on the 1.8 N75 valves, this was never connected to the hose that connected to here on the spider hose. On the spider hose, there was this connected to that, the bleed out. So I don't know why it was like that. Maybe there's a vacuum, maybe there's a reason. I'm pretty sure there is. I don't know what it is. The car runs completely fine. I don't have any check engine lights. There's no like performance issues that I notice, and if there is, they're very, very minimal. I don't notice it. But I have it just bleeding to atmosphere. It was connected to the valve cover. Why it would go to the valve cover, I don't know. I've never seen it before. I guess I should look that up and figure out why, maybe connect that somewhere, but it's like that for now. So that's the other issue I ran into, but like I said, I'm running it to atmosphere. The other one is there are, on the actual intake pipes, or the inlet pipes on the turbos on the front, there's this hose or pipe here that runs. It connects to the actual turbo inlet pipe. They come up on the hard pipe and it comes up into a hose there. I capped it off. One here, right? Cap that off. The other one is a little bit harder to get to just because there's a lot more stuff on this side. But if you take off the up pipe on the intake side, or the piping that runs up here, which is that one, if you take that off, it's a little easier to get to, but I still got to put a clamp on mine. But I capped that one off too. That goes to the inlet pipe on the turbo itself, the one that connects directly to the turbo. I capped that off. There was also another hose that ran, actually there's two of them. There's one on each side. One of them kind of ran from this area. It looked like one of these deals here. One of these here. It ran on this side over here. It ran up under, it was connected here on that little bracket there, that one, and it ran under the fender. I basically broke it off, pulled it out. From my understanding, what that goes to is the, I'm not really too sure on the terminology, but it's the vacuum bank or vacuum tank or whatever it is that runs the diverter valves, or helps run the diverter valves through the I think it's the N249 system. Kind of regulates all that stuff. I deleted it, took it all out. Diverter valves are running directly off of manifold vacuum. Yeah, and then there was this one here. Broke that off, capped it off. I still got to pull the rest of it out. Both of those lines go back under the car. Don't know what they're for. Don't know what they're to. I think they're the fuel tank vent system. Some shit like that. Anyways, so I deleted all that. It's gone. It's all broken. It was all jacked up and whatnot. It was just a mess, making a mess with the oil everywhere. Oh yeah, the other one went to the intake. I know, like I said, I am a little impatient. I kind of do things on the fly. Another one connected here on this little nipple off the factory intake, the Y pipe here. I went ahead and put, got a bolt from AutoZone. I put some Teflon tape around the threading, and then I threaded it in. It kind of threaded itself in just because it was slightly bigger than the internal diameter of this fitting, or this, whatever you want to call it there. And then the brake booster runs directly to the manifold now. I believe there was another hose that was connected to the actual flex pipe on the intake. I plugged that up as well. Or maybe it was coming from somewhere else. Anyways, I plugged it up. Whatever was there, I deleted it. It's not there. That is pretty much it for the N249 N80 evap system, I guess you can say. Took all that shit out, cleaned it up a little bit, you know, makes it look a little bit more decent. Cut all the pipes on the fuel rail except for obviously the two fuel lines. Everything else is you know, it's gone. And that's basically it on that one there. Just give you a little look over. I gotta fix these. These keep popping out with the boost for some reason. I put these in yesterday, took it for a run, and they're slipping out again, so I might need to get an aftermarket boot there for that. But that's that there. Egt sensors are also coated out of the ECU. I've seen a lot of guys, they disconnect the wiring part of it. They'll cut the wire. I wouldn't say a lot of guys. I've read it that some guys did that just because they couldn't find a fitting to go into the piping. The rear O2 sensors are coated out, so they're not plugged in. The Egt sensor is right there. Some guys will cut that off, that fitting there. It's literally that bolt right there, that one. They'll cut it out. I'm sorry, they'll take it out, they'll cut it, the pipe off. What I was going to do is go to Home Depot or something and find a similar thread pitch to it and just simply cap the Egt ports on both downpipes. Those are coated out of the ECU with the tune I have from Blake Beetle. The rear O2 sensors are also coated out. I don't even have ports on the downpipes for them, or I don't have an exhaust. I just have downpipes only. They're open downpipes. So I took those out. They're not there. There's a lot more wiring on that side. Icm Delete, also I did that, like my last video. Obviously the last video I was doing was connecting this stuff here, but ran into I need a butt connector to fit that. But anyways, that's that. The bracket, some of you may come across this video. I am on the some of the B5 page, S4 pages. Resource is one of them. Owners, I think, is the other one. The bracket that was here. Yep, I cut it off. Got a grinder wheel and all that stuff, and just went to town, took it out. A lot more room there. Don't need it. It was gone. It wasn't serving a purpose. All the stuff that was on it, I kind of just removed it. Well, not removed it, but kind of took it off of the bracket and put it in elsewhere. I just gotta come back in here and sort all this stuff in, make it look decent, look nice. Just haven't gotten around to it. Yeah, that's basically it. That's the N249 N80 delete evap. Did the brake booster, EGTs, all that stuff. Still got some stuff to do. That's it, guys. That's pretty much it. To me, it was, once I got the hang of it, read a bunch of threads, watched some videos, asked a few people how to do those deletes. Basically anything that was associated with the sensors and hoses and pipes running to them also got deleted or taken out, removed, replaced, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, I haven't had no performance issues other than the misfires, obviously, but I'm still tracking those down. That's why I'm doing the hard wire on the coil packs. Like, share, subscribe, comment. You got any questions or just want to say something? I don't care, whatever. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe you guys got some input on how I can do things a little bit better. Maybe I can route some things a little better. Maybe you guys are running something that works better, looks better than how I have my setup. I'm always looking for input, advice. Whether it's negative or positive, just let me know so I can, make things better. Hit that bell notification. I'm trying to put more content out there for the S4. Battery relocate coming soon. I appreciate it, guys. Until next time.